Nicholas Vona, how are you, sir? Just realign my face here. How's it going? I was looking at your shot. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out. That sounds a little high. How about $75?
Okay. The main note that I have, I think the line is a great line, of course, Steve Martin. The animation is very good as well. The thing I was looking at it over and over again, trying to find something I could remark about it, and what kept coming up for me is that everything sort of looks, not everything, but a lot of it seems very contrived, and not very natural.
Trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out.
Right there. That really sticks out for me as a really thought-out animated movement. Because he's in this pose here, and then there's like a really strong anticipation, which is actually maybe what's happening. Maybe why it doesn't look natural to me is because now that I'm looking at it, there's not a whole lot of rotation in the hips. It's just like a translation backwards and then a movement forward, and the only rotation is really a Y rotation. You may want to get some, like here, you may want to get more of a angle like this in the hips, and then as he comes over here, more of an angle like this in the hips. That'll really make things look really way more natural. But just the timing of that too, there's something about it that seems very thought out. And of course we have to think it out as animators, but there is something about it that seems, like I said, unnatural.
That sounds a little high.
So,
how about $75?
There's some good hip movement going on there. I think, what could you do to make this natural? Let's see. Well, I think one thing that I would do is that there's a lot going on. It's all good. I'm not dogging on it. I'm just saying that when I look at it, what makes it feel sort of unnatural to me is because there's a lot of posing going on, and it's sort of like, it's not too much, but it's more than needs to be there, I think. So like, let's see if I could find a good example of what I mean. It's towards the end, I think, that sticks out for me, and I don't know if I could put...
That sounds a little high. How about $75?
I don't know if I could put my finger on this totally, but if we look at this...
That sounds a little high.
Pose.
How about $75?
I'll just go through it. Let's see. I'll just go through and I'll name out like the different sort of poses or ideas that I see.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out.
Pose.
That sounds a little high.
Pose.
How about $75? Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that makes sense in some way, what I'm saying. In other words, he's kind of like, there's a lot of kind of like, blah, 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 take, thing, look at, take, this, scroll over here. There's a lot kind of, and your animation is so good that it kind of blends in, but I think from an acting standpoint, it's getting convoluted. And I don't know if, I didn't watch Kenny's critique or anything like that, so I don't know if what he's telling you to do, but I'm just looking at this myself. That's what I'm saying. Now, and of course I am no authority, trust me, so just take this with a grain of salt. But I was looking at it going, God, it's good, but there's something about it that is bugging me. And so this is all just kind of what I think that if I were to do it differently, if this was my shot and I was going to examine this as being my shot, I would try to think about simplifying things. So let's see. And it's kind of interesting because as I thought about how I could, if I was going to act it out, I thought of a few ideas, but almost my acting ideas kind of didn't match the energy of the line, which I don't know if that would cause too much of a conflict. So like I was thinking, let's see, the first thing he says I think is something like, I've been trying to contact her, I'd give anything to find out where she is, or something like that. And I'm going to use my phone as a prop. I was almost thinking it'd be something like, oh gosh, I'd give anything to find out where she, just like really like excited. Like I was just thinking like, if I was trying to get in contact with somebody that I haven't been in contact with in a long time, and I wanted to get in contact with them, but I didn't know how to get in contact with them, and then someone called me and said, hey, I know where this person is, I might be like, really? Oh my God, I've been trying to get in contact with them. That's incredible. And I think that in that instance, when I think about that, it's like, oh, really? Oh my God, I'm in one pose here. Oh, I've been trying to get it, and I'm just kind of acting inside that. I've been trying to get a hold of them. But I think what's going on here is it's like, I'll do anything to find out, and then there's kind of like a prop, there's a picture, which is good. I like the picture of the prop and everything, and then it kind of goes down. And that's the type of stuff that I think that convolutes the idea.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out.
It's good. Don't get me wrong here. It's good stuff. But I'm just trying to think of this as from a completely acting standpoint, how I would do it. And I like that you have props and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm helping you or hurting you, or this is just sheerly my opinion. I think I would do something like, let me see if I can start the line and then I'll act it out.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out. That sounds a little high.
Oh, wait till it starts over.
How about $75? Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out. That sounds a little high. How about $75? Yeah, I've been trying to contact her. I don't know where she is. I'd give anything to find out.
Okay, so that being said, you could see when I acted it out, I only was in like 2 or maybe 3 poses, right? Now in animation, it's good to have that prop to pick up, and that kind of has some elements that's definitely positive too. So I don't want to shy away from that. But I think that there's something about that prop that he's excited. He's kind of in that pose where it's like, oh, I'd do anything to find out. But then it's almost distracting in a way to go down to the prop. And then there's by looking at it, especially so closely, it looks like there's this intensity. And then it just drops. And it's kind of like it almost says to me on a subconscious level, I'm not interested in that anymore. So these are very subtle acting things that as I'm looking at it, I'm just trying to pick up like, what is it about that? So I'm not dogging your work. I think your animation is very good. I just think that if I was to do the shot, I would really look for a little bit more efficiency in my poses or my acting, I guess, and just try to hit a couple poses and work in them. Like you know, oh my God, I'd do anything to find out. Oh, well, that's a little high. How about $75? You can see that there's, even that, it's like I maybe hit 4 poses there. Blah, blah. There's kind of like a take, like a gear change, and then kind of like some thought, and then a resolve, like, So, oh my God, excited. I'll do anything to find out, blah, blah, gear change. Oh, really? Well, that's a little high, thought process. How about $75? Resolution. So there's just, break it down like a story. And then hit those story poses, I guess. Your animation is great. Your acting is good. I'm just saying, as I'm looking at it, there's a few things that are kind of like convoluted to me. If we could, make it more efficient. Anyway, I hope this helps in some way. The only reason I do these video things is because I hate typing, and I can never communicate what I'm trying to do through typing. So it's just easier to do this. So. But I hope it helped in some way, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm criticizing your. Well, I am. This is a critique. So, but I'm not negatively criticizing your work. The reason why I looked at I chose to do this for yours is because it was good, and I couldn't figure out what it was that was sort of what could make it better. So I hope that helped, and I hope that you're doing okay, and I will see you in class.